Hello. So I got really mad last night. I was thinking about a lot of different things. I got kind of mad, and a lot of truth came out. I was just in here, writing things down and talking, but a lot of truth came out. Um, so what my video is going to be about here is Joe Biden and the Democrats are the party of crime, and how if Joe Biden gets in there, and the courts really need to overturn it, because you can't allow Joe Biden and the Democrats to steal the election by using thugs, thugs at the voter polls in Philly again, voter intimidation, all that crap, just, ballots with machines that don't work right, to steal the election to put Joe Biden in so that he can ruin he wants to ruin America, and the Democrats want to ruin America. You see, the Democrats aren't Americans, and they're terrorists. They're terrorists and criminals, and they want to destroy this country. They want to kill Americans. They want to open up the borders and give amnesty to all the illegal aliens. Give all the illegal aliens health care, so they'll come here and they'll destroy the American population, the American culture. Okay, the Democrats are the pawns. These criminals and these terrorists, they're the pawns of bigger players. You have they're paid off by different people, because the Democrats don't. That's what the Democrats do. They exist as this political organization that takes tax money and donations in, and they pay their people to commit crimes and be criminals. Okay, and we're going to build a housing sector here in this new community, and we will fill it with our people who are criminals and terrorists, and they will ruin the surrounding areas. It happens every time. Okay. Drugs with the Democrats. Democrats are the party of drugs. You saw it bad under Barack Obama. If you were close to the street level, you saw the explosion of drugs everywhere. In places where there weren't as many drugs, you'd see an influx of new, better drugs. In places where there's already a large drug culture with lots of drugs, you'd see more of them. Like fentanyl came into the scene, and drugs are not. That's drugs and the drug game that has been hyped by the media and rap artists for so long about being a dope dealer and shit. That's just a form of unrestricted warfare to kill Americans. Okay, it's a form of war to kill your political enemy, or Americans, really. China makes a lot of the Sudafed and the fentanyl and sends it over here and has the Democrat Party system, essentially, distribute these narcotics and kill as many people as they can with them. Of course, they're made, a lot of the Sudafed is made in China, and goes to Mexico and stuff. So the cartels they're friends with the cartels. The Democrats are friends with the cartels. Joe Biden is probably the worst offender we've ever had, as far as that goes. And if he's president, there's going to have to be vigilante justice. That's the thing, that's my point, is that if he becomes the president, crime and corruption will become so bad that vigilante justice will be necessary. Now, I was a vigilante in 2015. That's what I did. I got into a bunch of different street fights. A lot of people got hurt because the police in the Democrat city that I lived in refused to uphold the law, and they allowed people to be victimized, and then they would come around and blame the victim. Okay, really satanic shit. So what I did is I became a vigilante. Okay, and that's what's going to need to happen again. People are going to have, people have forgotten just how bad it was with the shootings and all the shit. The Democrats never cared. That's their product. That's what they want. But stupid people who vote Democrat forgot. Stupid people who usually consider themselves to be very smart forgot the insane amount of danger and the terror wars and the shootings and the $20 trillion in debt that they put on. It was all designed specifically to break and destroy America. So, where are we at? You're going to have to become a vigilante. Unless the courts do the right thing, which I doubt they will. If they don't, then they're done to me. They're the enemy too, or they're corrupted. if they can't do the right thing with this election. And I don't think they're gonna. So the people are gonna be called upon, because the police will fail, because the Democrats will institute policies federally that'll affect states, and the police will be hamstrung as much as possible, while amnesty for illegal immigrants that are already here, while opening the borders to more, with everything, with deals with China for all the money, and China will buy all the land, okay? Like China and probably Saudi Arabia and whatever foreign power will want to buy land in America like they did in Canada. See, China pretty much owns Canada. Vancouver, those places it's a huge money laundering operation for counterfeit money that the Chinese Communist Party runs, is Canada. Okay. That's why they went so far into the direction where they are with their leftism, is because of China. So it's unrestricted warfare. And yeah, that's my point. If the police don't stand up to do the right thing, because Democrats seem to think that the police only exist to follow orders and carry out laws. The Democrats think that if they can get into power and change the laws, or put a new law on the books that violates, a person's integrity, like just base level integrity, like corruption, they expect the police to enforce those laws. But if the police don't, they will fire those police and hire corrupt people who will enforce these new laws, right? So in the end, you're going to need vigilante justice, and it can work. You can do a little guerrilla movement. Do what the Democrats did. You're going to have to, because they're going to come for your shit. Big difference between left and right. Speak in today's world, is the right doesn't give a fuck about you, doesn't want you coming around, get off my lawn, don't look at my kids, right? I'll shoot you. That's the right. The left is trying to get onto your lawn, trying to get onto your house, trying to get to your kids and steal your food and shoot, and get your gun and shoot you. Okay, that's the whole deal there. So that's why, you're gonna have to do a little guerrilla movement. I mean, and the FBI will be activated against, Antifa and all that. If that was to happen on the right, they would be labeled a militia, and because the FBI has done everything it can to destroy the militia. But I highly suggest that Americans now join or form an armed militia. And if the FBI comes, then do battle with them with everything you've got immediately, because they're there to kill you, because that's what the FBI exists for now, is to destroy the militia. And because they have up until now. Maybe under Trump there will be a new militia, but the FBI will murder militia. They'll show up, they won't leave, they'll create a conflict, and they'll murder everybody. And that's what they did, so that there was only individual gun owners. Well, you better start joining a militia, because vigilantism is called for. And that's my prediction.